Most of us think we know cats, fluffy, picky eaters, masters of naps, and of course, terrified of water. But what if I told you there's a wild cat that doesn't just like water, it practically lives in it? No, it's not a tiger, not a jaguar. This is something smaller, stranger, and spends its life stalking fish. Meet the fishing cat, a feline that flips every cat stereotype on its head. While your house cat avoids the bathtub, this rare hunter is out there swimming, diving, and hauling fish like a pro. Stick around, because once you meet this cat, you'll never look at cats the same way again. The fishing cat is a medium-sized wildcat native to South and Southeast Asia. At first glance, it doesn't look all that different from a chunky house tabby. But once you know what to look for, the differences are striking. Fishing cats are built for tough terrain, stockier, sturdier, and more muscular than most small cats. They're designed for wetlands, swamps, and mangroves. A fishing cat can weigh anywhere from 5 to 16 kilos, and males are often almost double the size of females, which is unusual in the cat world. They stand about 16 inches tall at the shoulder, and their body length can reach 39 inches, not counting the tail. And speaking of tails, unlike most cats, who sport long, elegant tails, the fishing cat's tail looks almost stubby, only about half the length of its body. This short, muscular tail works perfectly for balance, while creeping along slippery riverbanks or wading through muddy wetlands. The coat is olive gray, splashed with dark spots and stripes. In the reeds and murky waters, this pattern breaks up their outline, making them nearly invisible to prey. And while many wildcats look sleek and graceful, the fishing cat looks like a linebacker, solid, powerful, and built for ambush rather than high-speed chases. The ears are small and rounded, helping reduce noise interference when stalking prey. The muzzle is broad, and the face is marked with bold lines and spots that give it a serious, no-nonsense look. From a distance, it might remind you of your pet cat sitting at home, but up close, this is a predator with business on its mind. The fishing cat has adapted perfectly to its watery world, living a life very different from the cats we're used to. Fishing cats have partially webbed toes, a rare trait among cats. These webs act like tiny paddles, letting them move through water with surprising ease. There are even reports of them swimming across rivers more than a kilometer wide. Their claws also give them an edge as they don't retract all the way, which is a game changer. With the semi-retractable claws, these cats can easily snag wriggling fish. Fishing cats are patient hunters. Instead of charging into the water, they wait quietly at the edge, crouched low, scanning for movement. Then, without hesitation, it plunges straight in, head first, and grabs the fish with its teeth. They can stay submerged long enough to surprise their prey from below, almost like an otter. While diving is the most common method, they can also use a more subtle trick. Sometimes, a fishing cat gently taps the surface with its paw, creating ripples that mimic insects or frogs. Curious fish swim closer, and in that split second, the cat snatches them out with a quick strike. But this paw fishing tactic is more occasional, while head-first dives remain their main hunting move. Their diet is about 75% fish, but they don't stop there. Frogs, crabs, snakes, birds, and small mammals are all fair game. In fact, their opportunistic side often gets them into trouble with humans. In villages near wetlands, fishing cats are infamous for raiding fish ponds or even sneaking into chicken coops. Whether it's a careful crouch, a sudden dive, or a full swim across open water, the fishing cat proves that it's not just a cat that tolerates water, it's a cat that thrives in it. Fishing cats live in some of the most unique ecosystems on Earth: mangroves, marshes, swamps, and wetlands across South and Southeast Asia. They're found in countries like India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia, and Indonesia. If there's a soggy fish-filled paradise, chances are a fishing cat has staked a claim. One of their strongholds is the Sundarbans mangroves, where they share territory with saltwater crocodiles and Bengal tigers. These cats are actually incredibly rare to spot. They're masters of camouflage, and they prefer habitats humans usually avoid. Many local people have never even seen one in the wild, even if they live nearby. The fishing cat may be unique, but it isn't the only small wild cat found across Asia. In fact, if you saw a fishing cat for the first time, you might mistake it for some of its smaller wild cousins. But put it side by side with some of its cousins, and the differences jump out. About the same size but much lighter and slimmer, leopard cats prefer forests and grasslands, And though they may hunt near water, they don't rely on it the way fishing cats do. Think of the leopard cat as the nimble climber, while the fishing cat is the water specialist. An even rarer and smaller cousin from Southeast Asia. This cat also loves water and feeds on fish, but unlike the fishing cat, it's tiny, almost the size of a house cat. You could say the flat-headed cat is the miniature version of the fishing cat. Much taller and longer-legged, found in grasslands and wetlands. Jungle cats can swim and occasionally hunt fish, but they're more generalists, feeding on rodents, birds, and reptiles, rather than making fish their main diet. The smallest wild cat in Asia, and one of the smallest in the world. At less than half the size of a domestic cat, it prefers dry forests and rocky terrain. Unlike the fishing cat, this tiny hunter avoids water and sticks to small prey like insects, rodents, and lizards. In short, while some of these cats may venture near water, none are as perfectly adapted to aquatic life as the fishing cat. Fishing cats are mostly nocturnal and solitary. Think of them as introverts of the cat world. During the day, they rest in dense vegetation, and at night they patrol wetlands, searching for food. They can climb if needed, though they prefer sticking close to water. One fascinating thing, their vocalizations. They make a deep guttural growls and chuckles, very different from a house cat's meow. Mating can happen almost any time of year, though in some regions there are seasonal peaks, often linked to the abundance of fish and rainfall. After about 63 days of pregnancy, the female gives birth to a litter of 1 to 4 kittens, though 2 is the most common. These little ones grow fast. By the second week, their eyes begin to open. By the time they're a few months old, they start tagging along with their mother, learning how to stalk and pounce. And unlike most cats, their lessons often happen in water, as the kittens are natural swimmers. By about 6 months, the young are already trying their paws at fishing, though they won't be fully independent until around 10 months to a year. That's when they leave their mother and set out to carve their own territories. As for lifespan, in the wild, fishing cats usually live 10 to 12 years. In captivity, with steady food and veterinary care, some have reached 15 years or more. Fishing cats are listed as vulnerable by the IUCN, and their biggest threat? The destruction of wetlands. Globally, wetlands are disappearing at about 3 times the rate of forests. Much of this loss is due to farming, shrimp aquaculture, and urban development, and when wetlands vanish, so do fishing cats. The global population isn't well studied, but experts believe it's declining rapidly. But it's not all bad news. In recent years, conservationists have started to shine a spotlight on these elusive cats. Zoos and breeding programs also play a role. Camera traps have captured rare footage of fishing cats in Nepal and Sri Lanka, proving they still survive in some areas once thought empty. The fishing cat is one of nature's rebels, a cat that dives instead of climbing, swims instead of running, and thrives in places most of us would rather avoid. If a cat that dives underwater amazed you, then you'll love its little desert cousin, the sand cat. Small, playful-looking, but incredibly tough. It vanishes into the dunes, hunts under the moonlight, and survives where almost nothing else can. The sand cat video is right here on the screen. Check it out.